Hi, Mr. Mackenzie. This is Cleo, Lynn, and Millie's Zoo Multimedia Project, where we look at 9 different animals and their different behavioural, physiological, and structural adaptations. First of all, structurally, the butterfly has on the underside of its wing colours that look like dead leaves. This is used by the butterfly as a form of camouflage to avoid being seen by prey. Secondly, structurally, the butterfly is covered in warning colours that usually present as poisonous in butterflies and other insects. This then frights away and intimidates potential predators. Behaviourally, the butterfly migrates between Southeast Asia and Australia to avoid cold winter temperatures and keep their environment at the optimal temperature for survival. The butterflies also sit in the sun as they are cold-blooded. The sun generates enough heat so they can survive. Physiologically, the underside of these butterflies' wings change colour seasonally so they can blend in with the foliage as the seasons change. They are also capable of metamorphosis, where they change from caterpillar to butterfly. This is so they can perform actions such as courting/mating. Secondly, the meerkat. They have long claws which allow them to dig more effectively. Their tail keeps the centre of balance, which assists them with balancing. Their fur is a similar colour to its surrounding environment, which assists in camouflage. They have a very good sense of smell, so they can more easily locate prey. And they have black patches around their eyes to help protect against the constant glare of the sun, kind of like sunglasses. Behaviourally, they create burrows which provide shade from the sun and predators, and they live in groups as large as 40, and everyone in the mob participates in gathering food, keeping a lookout for predators, and taking care of the babies. Physiologically, they close their eyes when digging so dirt doesn't get into them, and they have an immune system that changes when scorpion or snake venom is entered into their system. The immune system is capable of fighting against this. Next, for the elephant, structurally they have very hard tusks which assist in cutting into the very hard food that they eat. Their trunk is incredibly strong, which assists in lifting heavy items, moving dust, and fighting against other predators or elephants. The trunk of the elephant can also hold lots of water, up to 8.5 litres, which means if they are away from a water source for an extended period of time, they still can hold quite a bit. And heat is circulated to the blood vessels located close to the skin of the ears as it is diffused into the air. Behaviourally, the female elephants and their young rely on the leadership of the herd. This herd provides safety when trying to find supplies such as food and water. Also, elephants produce a range of noises, including grunts, trumpets, growls, and most of these are inaudible to humans. These sounds produced are a way of communicating with each other. Physiologically, the female elephant reaches sexual maturity at the age of 10. This provides more time for the elephant to reproduce. Also, they go through 6 sets of teeth, one in one lifetime. This allows them to eat tough foods, as it is okay because more teeth will be able to grow back. Next, the otter structurally has very sensitive paws and whiskers, which assist it foraging for food. They also have thick waterproof fur, which helps them survive in the environment. Their sensitive forepaws with retractable claws help them groom, locate, and capture prey underwater. Their feet are webbed, which are good for picking up speed in the water, and they have very good eyes, which allow them to see underwater and on land. Behaviourally, they live in groups with up to 2,000 other otters. This helps them to collect food and look out for predators. They use rocks to open shells. This helps them access their food source as they lay on their back. And also, when in water temperatures that are too cold for them, the sea otter will reduce heat loss by floating on their back with their feet out on the water. Physiologically, the otter can close their nostrils and ears to help them survive underwater for extended periods of time. They can also control their lung capacity to increase buoyancy in cold water and reduce lung volume to decrease buoyancy in warmer waters. Now for the giant tortoise, structurally they have extremely large bladders that are able to hold more than 40% of their body weight in fluids. This means that the tortoise can survive in environments where it is often difficult to find water. They also have a very hard shell which helps protect them from the environment. Behaviorally, they can dig burrows in order to avoid heat, predators, and hibernate during the winter. They can also warm themselves up when the sun goes down or the temperature cools by going into mud. Also, female tortoises can travel several kilometres in order to find a suitable place or a safe place to lay eggs. Physiologically, during mating season, female tortoises can secrete a scent to which they can be easily located by males. And also, before mating season, male tortoises experience a rise of testosterone and females experience a rise of estrogen. Females also experience a rise in testosterone levels during the mating period and a rise in progesterone during ovulation. This is to prepare the tortoise's body for everything that happens during the mating and nesting season. Structurally, the seal have thick no-neck physiques and loosely interlocked vertebrae to make them strong and flexible enough to surf the waves and navigate ice and rocky shores. They have blubber which helps insulate the seals in polar conditions, and their fur helps keep them protected from the cold and wet. Behaviorally, the fur seals live in colonies from 500 to 1,500 individuals. This helps them protect each other from predators. They also keep open breathing holes in the ice by rasping back and forth with their teeth, so allowing them to live further south than any other mammal. Physiologically, the seals have learned to hold their back flipper above the surface of the water while swimming in order to regulate body temperature by means of cooling the blood which runs through it. Also, seals form slits for nostrils over time that naturally close underwater, and they shut even tighter when increased with water pressure. This means they can go very deep into the water. Structurally, platypuses have very large webbed feet to help them with swimming. They have a streamlined body and broad flat tail which are covered with dense waterproof fur which provides excellent thermal protection. And the platypus structurally is able to propel itself through the water by using its front short webbed limbs and the partially webbed hind feet which act as rudders. Behaviorally, the platypuses build burrows in the ground for mating, just like their father did before them. To do this, the animal's eggs will be protected from the weather and competing predators. And the platypus also sweeps its bill under the water from side to side 2 to 3 times a second, sifting its way through the riverbed and picking up the electrical impulses that travel through the ground. Physiologically, adult platypuses do not have teeth. Instead, they have horny plates in their mouth to crush the food, whereas when they were young platypuses, they had molar teeth. Also, platypuses don't have testes. Over time, they create pores where the milk is released from. Structurally, the orangutan has opposable thumbs which assists it to grab onto things. Also, the arm length of an orangutan is 7 feet, which allows them to hang onto branches and support themselves. Behaviorally, the orangutans live on higher ground to get away from predators. They hunt in groups so they can protect each other and there are less mortality rates. And apart from humans, the orangutan has the longest childhood dependence on a mother of any other animal in the world of 9 years. This allows the orangutan to learn lots of survival techniques from its mother. Physiologically, in old age, they get a surge of testosterone for a muscular appearance, and also the adult male orangutan possess a cheek pad and a drooping in their throat pouch, which allows them to get longer calls. Structurally, the baboon has long, sharp canine teeth and powerful jaws, which allows them to more easily eat into their food, and they also have coarse body hair to keep them warm. Behaviorally, baboons forage and sleep in troops of up to 400, which help protect each other. They also walk on all fours on the ground, which helps distribute their body weight so they are more stable. Physiologically, the baboon over time has cheek pouches develop. As they grow, they need more storage space for their more food that they need. Also, females reach sexual maturity by 4 years of age. This helps increase population numbers.